Hi everyone, good morning, good evening. Today we have a topic to discuss how we can convert our legacy attachments into files. When we are in classic days, to link any documents or image with an A subject, for example account, contacts or any custom object, we used to take the help of attachment. Attachment used to link with a subject record using the parent ID. But after conversion from Classic to Lightning, Salesforce suggesting to move your attachments into files. First, we have to understand the data model changes. Then we can write some Apex code and batch job to execute a process and convert all those attachments into files. So let's start. Here is the left hand side data model which is related to attachment and classic days, and the right hand side data model is related to files and lightning days. So you can see a attachment is linked with an A subject through the parent ID, and name is just the file name of the attachment, and body is a binary large object which used to store the file binary content as a record. So when you convert into files, instead of one single attachment, we have to create two different things. One is content version, which will store the actual file. Another is the content document link, which allows to link one single file with multiple A subjects. That means one single file we can associate with multiple records, whether it is account records, contact records, no matter. But in case of attachment, we can only add one single attachment with one single record. There is not one to many relationship. But in case of file, one to many relationship is possible through the content document link. So if you see, the name can be converted to content version title, the body can be converted to version data, because body and version data both used to store the binary large object blob. The parent ID can be linked to the content document link so that it can establish one to many relationship when possible. Okay, now let's see the Apex code. Okay, here I have written a simple Apex batch job which can take all those attachments created today and converted into files. So to demonstrate this example, I have just kept a simple criteria over here. Select name, body, parent ID from attachment where created date equal to today. But in your scenario, you can do created date equal to tomorrow, created date equal to last 7 days, or any other complex scenario. If you know the batch of before, you can understand it here better. It has three different methods to do. One is the start method, which used to collect the data. Another is the execute method, which used to process the collected data from the start method batch wise. And the last one is the finish method, which used to do some household housekeeping work. But in our scenario, we are not doing anything much in the finish method. We are just doing the data collection in the start method and processing those data in the execute method. So the first thing is we are collecting the attachment in the start method and passing as a batch to the execute method. So for each attachment over here, we are trying to create a content version. That's what we have seen from our ER diagram. And once the content version we created as a list, we are trying to insert that list. That means our content version record is created now. The second step, what we are doing is link content version ID with respective attachment ID. Why this step is needed is because if you understand, from the attachment we are taking the parent ID and doing the linking with the content document link. That's why this step is required. After doing this step, what we are doing is we are retrieving the content document ID. This content document ID you cannot set, but it is a auto-generated ID through Salesforce. This is required while creating the content document link. So that means whatever the record, content version record you created in line number 17, you do the same record query once again and ask for the content document ID in your fields. So you will get the content document auto generated ID, which you can leverage while creating the content document link. At the last step, what we are doing is, for each content version, we are creating a content document link. And while creating the content document link, in the content document link field, we are putting the auto-generated content document link which we collected in line number 26. But in the link entity ID, this is a very essential things to know, that we are going to use the attachment parent ID, so that we can link the same attachment we collected from the S object as a file to the same object. Okay. And here the sharing type can be V or I. V means view and I means like whatever the permission you have in your parent record, that means account, contact or account record, same permission will be given. And at the last we created the content document list. Now one more thing is remaining. What about those attachments? If we have converted those attachments into files, then we don't need those attachments again. So for that purpose, what we can do is we can delete those legacy attachments, so that we unnecessarily not keep two different copies. One is the attachment and another is a file. Okay. So as a finish method, you can write anything like notifying that batch completed, or you can send an email or something. But for this demonstration, to simplify it, I just put a system.debug statement saying that batch processing is completed. That's all. Okay. Now let's see the demo. For demonstration purpose, I created two different accounts. One is called a Facebook account, another is called a Google account. And in both the accounts, if you see in the notes and attachment section, I have a document over here, PDF document. Here also in Facebook case, I have a PDF document here, right? My intention is to move these attachments into this file section, so that I will be upgraded with the Salesforce recommendation. I will not be using any legacy attachment thing. I will go with the new file system, right? So to do that, what we can do is, we have already written a batch job. That's what we have worked through just now. So this batch job we can execute through anonymous window. So I have created an object of that batch job, and through database.execute I am executing that batch job. But you can do a scheduler if you want, so that the scheduler will execute every day and collect those records and do the processing. Okay. Okay, I am now ready with my code. So what I'll do is I'll click on this execute. Okay. Now I have executed. But as this is a batch job, it may take some time. Okay. To do a batch job status checking, what you can do is you can go to setup and type here Apex job. Okay, now you can see my Apex job has been completed. Total number of batch is 1 and number of failure batch is 0. Why total number of batch is 1 even though I have two different account records? Because one batch job can take up to 200 records if you have not given any batch size. If you have given any batch size while executing, that means it will go from your either 1 record to 2000 records. But if you have not given anything, by default the batch size is 200, right? Let's go back to Facebook and Google and see what happened over there. I just refresh that page. You see over here in the file section, now I have a document. That means the PDF document is now moved from notes and attachment to files. Even though if you are able to see in the notes and attachment section, don't worry, Salesforce already converted it to files. That's why you are able to see in file section. Similar thing we can check in Google, whether it is converted or not. Just refresh the page. Yep, it is converted. I hope you would have enjoyed my session today. If you like this video, try to share it, do a thumbs up, try to put some comments, suggestions so that I can improve my next video. Have a great day ahead. See you next time. Bye bye.